Anyway,
Sweatpants holder. Dum buggy dum bum dum bum biggy dum bum dum bum diggy dum bum dum bum biggy dum biddy dum diddy dum
Black
diddy dum
Cinco,
diddy
Black
dum diddy
Cinco,
dum
Black
diddy
Cinco.
dum diddy dum bum 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 dum diddy dum.
I don't
That's
even know what
bad rap.
kind
I don't
that
know
is.
what that was without
Yeah, I'm
singing
about to
it
say
now.
that definitely wasn't the Marvel, and that definitely wasn't.
I remix it every time. It's just gonna be that way.
No, facts, facts, facts. I mean, I tried to jump in there somewhere, but
It wasn't really get on it
it
type
was,
of beat,
it was
you
just,
know.
it was just like Madam Web. It wasn't, it didn't give me
Can't
no.
get jiggy with this shit.
You can't get jiggy with this shit. Now, what's up, y'all? It's Black.
And it's Cinco.
You already know we here to review another one. Madam Web. That's what we doing here. Madam Web.
Adam Webb. I was excited for this movie. I was.
We're going to do it. All right. I'm just gonna say right now. Like, this is not gonna be on the thing. We're gonna do mad editing. Like when you send me this, I'm gonna have to do mad editing because you know. All right. So anyway, let's just continue going.
Hey, you got the way, man. Like always.
Anyway, Madam Web. Madam Web. What's the lady's name? I want to start off with her name. This is
Cassie. Or you mean the
Cass.
actor?
Well, both. What's the actor's name? You
Dakota
know the actor's name?
Johnson. Dakota Johnson. Cassie,
Shout out to the
aka Madam Webb.
shout, shout out
Actually,
to
I'd
her,
like to
man.
give a
She
shout out to all the names who are in the movie because I don't feel like
shout them
anybody did
out.
a
Shout
bad
them
job.
out.
I don't feel like anybody did a bad job. There are some wasted roles that did not need to be in the movie, but we'll get to that.
Felt like there was some wasted roles. Okay,
Did not
okay,
need to
that's
be there.
interesting.
Um, So Dakota Johnson, Madam Webb, aka Cassie. We had Adam Scott in the movie, aka Benjamin Parker. We had Mike Epps in the movie as O'Neill. We had Tahar Rahim as Ezekiel. We had Sydney Sweeney as Julia Carpenter. Isabel Mercedes as Anya Corazon. Celeste O'Connor as Maddie Franklin and Emma Roberts as Mary Parker. Those are the characters that I feel like stuck out. That the movie when
Actually,
they
I
grounded.
think I agree with every person you said there. That was yeah relevant. Everybody else was sort of like extra and not.
One of the two of these characters I'm gonna end up saying later on that they did
Well,
not need to be
honestly,
here,
I was
but
about to say myself. Yeah, I was about to say myself. Honestly, I think there's one in there that I could agree. I don't know if we're gonna agree the same person, but I can say I felt like what the hell were you doing there?
and I feel like to give it a quick abridge of what this movie is kind of at the end of the day, like don't go into this looking for like a Spider-Man, spidery action film. Like there's some little bits of stuff like that, but this is not really an action film. It's more of a story.
Right, and I think I think for it to be an intro story, that's exactly what it was. That's what it stuck to. That's what the vibe felt like. The whole movie, like you just know they were like trying to build the story.
Please don't
Um,
part to me. Please don't part to me.
yeah, I was
Hey,
gonna
that
say
Sony,
they,
don't
but
do
they
that.
they they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball though because they didn't even set it up enough to where you want a part two.
Well, where
Cinco don't
where
want
would
a
the
part
action
two.
come from? Where
Black
would the
don't want a
action
part
come
two.
from? Like with Madam Web, like it would be about the girls, so don't even call it Madam Web at that point. Like
Right, right, right. I thought it was gonna be more to her. Let's start reviewing it. All right, so we start off with Cassandra Webb. Cassandra Webb is Madam Webb. Now, actually, we start off with her mother.
yes,
We start off with her mother.
Constance Web.
That's her name.
Yes, I'm fresh off watching the movie. I
Ooh,
literally
okay,
just
okay,
watched it
okay, yeah. Now I got my notes here from
for the
there.
second
Okay, so there
time.
we go. So her and Ezekiel's in the forest. You know what I'm saying? They searching for this spider that's going to help her heal her baby. Her baby is sick. I'm unsure of the sickness. Do you know the sickness that they had? What's the sickness they had?
I forgot what it was.
Cinco got the answers.
No,
Okay,
I
okay.
forget
Well, the
what it
baby,
was. It was some kind. I think it was like a cancer diagnosis or something like that.
something like that. The
But
baby
some
was
things
sick.
more
She
severe
was
than just regular
searching
cancer.
for the spider. Yeah. Nah, it was crazy. It was something because
But we
But
find that
anyway,
out
yes.
later in the movie, anyways.
So Ezekiel, you know what I'm saying, unknowingly is the bad guy here. You know what I'm saying? It's off the rip. Unknowingly is the bad guy. They find the spider. He starts peeling people off in the camp. She's like, "Why are you doing this?" He's like, "Listen, I've been searching for this for a long time. You know what I mean? You
They
got to
don't
come
ever
up off
really
the
get to the
spider."
point why he's actually like doing that, right? Like He just
No,
wants the
and
spider.
they don't explain that either. He just jumps in there like I've been looking for this for a long time, and you gonna give me that spider.
And you found it for me. Thank you.
And that's basically where they left it at with giving us reasoning for him. But yeah, he get the spider. Uh, and you know what? I'm gonna start off right now. I call him. I don't know his name. His name is Ezekiel. I don't know his
Ezekiel.
name. I don't. All right, but
Oh,
I don't
you
know
mean
his.
his
I don't know
real
if he has
name?
a. So I dubbed him Poison Spider. I have that on my notes. I dubbed him Poison
Okay,
Spider.
cool. I fuck with that.
You know what I'm saying? So for the rest of the episode, I'm gonna refer to him Ezekiel
I
as
didn't give
Poison
him a
Spider.
spider name.
No, okay, but you know why I call him Poison Spider though. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, I
He
get it. I get
he gets the ability to pass on poison. He's yeah, he like touches them, touches you. He will touch you, and you will start to feel the venom coursing
Seeping
through your
into your
veins.
pores.
You know what I'm saying? Just like a poisonous spider, venomous spider. I mean, so yeah, he shoots her. He shoots Cassie's mother while she is pregnant. She with her. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, these spider people come out of nowhere.
The
Ezekiel
original
takes off.
Spider-Man.
The original Spider-Man.
They wearing
Now,
vines looking just like a spider suit and shit.
I I wasn't feeling the design of them. I
They're a
wasn't
tribe
feeling
of
it
like
too much.
people in Peru. I was fine with that. Were they supposed
You,
to be
you
like
were
mad
you were okay
nice?
with? I felt like they could have did a better, still a better job. I know
Yeah,
what you mean. I know what you mean. A bunch of leaves and
it's
vines. I get it. I get
handmade.
it.
Like they did this themselves.
I get it. I get it. I get it. But it
Let me
just wasn't
guess. They were
hitting
supposed
for
to be able
me.
to do like a web shooter thing, but it'd be vines that shoot out
Nah,
rays.
but it was cool though. I give him some cool points for the climbing though. That was dope. I ain't gonna front though. The climbing, but
Got the
apparently,
physical abilities.
right, they got the physical abilities, which Madam Web did not get. Now that
That comes up later.
which was yeah. Anyway, so yeah,
If you know Madam Web, you
uh,
already know this stuff. So
right. So in the movie, they come, they save her, they bring her to this pit that reminds me of the fucking what you call that? That
the
thing from
Lathereth pit.
There you go. My
I've
God,
been
my
watching my
God.
DC and shit, man.
There you go. I
We
couldn't
ain't
think.
talking about DC
Remind
during Marvel. We're not doing that no more.
my bad. So yeah, they bring her to this pit. You know what I'm saying? Basically telling her like, listen, you gonna die. You gonna die, but we gonna save your baby. They let one of the spiders bite her in the pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Right there, and the baby is born.
And yeah, and
She
embedded with the spider powers and stuff. Yeah.
yeah. I guess it induced the labor and healed the baby, and she had the baby, whatever, and the mom's died, right? Okay, so
hmm
now we fast forward. Cassie's whipping it through New York. She's a paramedic.
I actually got a question.
Go ahead. What's up?
So Peter Parker's spider was made in a lab, right?
Right. Yeah, that's the story we always get. Yeah.
What's the point of that if you can just go to Peru and find these things? Or if Ezekiel has one sitting right in New York and it's just in his apartment somewhere.
Bro, yo, I really don't.
That
This is
was
the
one of
first
the
time I've
first things that I questioned when like I was watching this movie the first time in theaters. I'm like, so what's the point of Peter Parker's spider? Like, why were they even making this thing if you could just find this shit? Like,
this the first time I've ever heard of this forest spider with healing powers and stuff. So
yeah, but it wasn't like it's just one spider.
it was many of them. It was
Yes,
many because
so it's like
Ezekiel
he's,
ran off of one, and they still bit her with another. It was a lot of them.
and if he got one right in New York,
I mean, you know what? I think if in this timeline, you know how to be different timelines. If in this timeline when Spider-Man comes, maybe somehow that spider is related to the one made in the lab. I, hell if I know, Neek. I don't know what the hell they did there. Like I really don't know. That's a good question though. Honestly,
I feel
that
like
I
yeah,
wish we
this is like one of those things you can go down the rabbit hole and just keep making up reasons for either side. But like, I
exactly.
just
Like I
wanted
could
to
have
ask
said
that.
like yeah, I could have said like three different. I don't even know, bro. Like
Yeah, I just wanted to ask that because I was like, did that totally like make Peter's spider stupid? Like,
yo, if anybody want to chime in on that in the comments when y'all see this, yeah, do that because we genuinely interested on opinions on that. So yeah, where were we? We're Cassie's grown now.
yeah,
She's whipping it through New
it's
York. You know,
2003, 30
you know what I'm
years
saying?
later.
She's a paramedic. You know what I'm saying? She's whipping it in New York. She's kind of an asshole. You know what
And
I'm
I
saying?
like
Just
that.
kind of,
And I like that. I want to point that
it's
out right
cool. I
away. If there's
wasn't,
one aspect of the movie I like, I'm cool with that.
yeah,
I'm cool with the awkwardness. I'm cool with the anti-socialism. I'm cool with the sarcasm, the dry, dark humor sometimes. Like I'm cool with
yeah,
all that.
I wasn't mad at that. What I was mad at was how they put them together. I thought it was kind of cheesy. You know what I'm saying? Like so, and how they put her powers together, how it starts forming. It's basically, she goes on a rescue. She falls into the water after rescuing somebody, from preventing them from falling in the water. She falls into the water with the car. And then it's like the powers just manifest out of nowhere. It's like she drops into the water and she's in this web. And Neek, I'm gonna just that you want to continue from there because this is a little that part had me like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, basically, they kind of just give the indication that she's got some kind of. I was referring to it as a multiversal web at that point, like at that point.
Okay,
So
I
they
like that. I
basically
like
just
that.
kind of show that there's a connection to this like multiverse. Unsure of, obviously, and from there, she wakes up and Ben is saving her and all this stuff, and they go through the whole skit that she kind of has to kind of go through something and then relive it, and that's kind of how she does her clairvoyancy. And she lives the moment and then goes back a couple minutes and redoes the
Right.
moment and can do whatever she wants from there. I guess. But then after that, so after this, she shakes it off. She just tries to act all regular and like things are fine. So we get to her house, and we forget to mention that in the first couple moments, she crosses paths with the first two spider women. Also, she crosses paths with Maddie, and she
Right.
crosses paths with Julia. Because in the
Right.
first
Right.
moments when she's in the ambulance, they're bringing somebody to the hospital, and I guess it's Julia's mother. And on the
Right.
way there, they her off when she beeps her horn.
So it was like it was like a web of faith happening here.
Yes, it's
Like, you know
already
what I'm saying?
entangled.
Like,
Like
yeah, it was meant. I meant to say fate. Sorry, not faith. Fate. And then it was like it was all meant to happen. So they all meeting up and stuff, and it was cool. I want real quick. I want to mention I had looked up the spider, the name. So Maddie Franklin, because they show what another thing about this movie was they showed them with spider powers. They showed him with spider powers, and this is the reason why Ezekiel wants to kill them because in his flashbacks and his dreams, he's having dreams of these three spider women coming
mm-hmm.
and killing them. You feel what I'm saying? Now they don't really explain how they I mean, not really. They don't explain at
They
all.
don't explain how they get their powers at
Yeah,
all.
how they would get their powers, but I was interested to know who is who. So Maddie Franklin is Spider Woman. That's the one with 6 arms.
Uh huh.
Let me see. Anya Corazon is what's that say? That's the name of the fucking Spider Woman, Anya Corazon. That's crazy, yeah. So the rest of them, one is called Spider Woman, other one's called Corazon.
Goes by her name,
Yeah, by her name,
and then Julia
and
Carpenter would be I forget what her name is too.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. I didn't write that one down, but I just thought it was interesting that they showed them all in costume, you know what I'm saying, dressed up, kicking ass, powers and all that stuff for like 5 seconds and then nothing.
Yeah, like that's why I'm like, don't get all hyped on the commercial showing you those little scenes because they're not really important at all. Like they
Like
mean nothing
like the length of the commercial was the length of the scenes and that's
that you're
it.
gonna see with them in their suits. Exactly. But that's exactly what I was gonna get to though, is that after the whole falling off the bridge thing and Ben and seeing how she repeats her powers, we cut to this opera and it's Ezekiel putting his pimp game down on some chick, I guess. And he gets her back to the crib and he wakes up in the middle of the night, I think, right? And she's like, bad dream, da 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 da. Da. And he tells her how, like, if you saw the people who killed you, wouldn't you try to stop them if you could find them, right? Before they kill you. And he explains the whole dream, and she's like, so you're just gonna kill these people? Or wouldn't you to preserve your life? And then, he starts releasing his little venom into her. because she happens to be somebody who works for the NSA, which I guess this is like a surveillance company. And they got this top notch surveillance program. So he
Oh
poisons her,
yeah, that.
gets the password. He's like, "Yo, did you ever like you didn't think this is where you were gonna die? If you give me the information, you won't die here." He's lying. He's Ezekiel right now, so he's lying. But so he takes her badge, gets access to the program, and now he's got some random sidekick who is unnamed and feels pretty pointless, other than being his sidekick partner, who is like running the NSA surveillance program and trying to find out where these girls are.
I just want to mention he's finding them so fast during the movie. It's not even funny. Like I feel like,
Yeah,
and he's getting to them within
but
like.
that's the point of the program, though, is that it's that good at finding people. That's the whole point of the NSA surveillance. That's why he went through that to do that, is because it's that good. Like my question is like it's like is his goal to kill them like literally just tied to the fact that he stole the spider? Like this has to be something that comes after he steals the spider, because it's not like he knew this prior to killing uh, Cassie's mom.
Right, and they don't give reason to why they want to kill him in the
Yeah, so
flashback.
it's
So
like he kills Cassie's mom literally just for power, and then like along the way, he starts having these visions because he gets bit by the spider. Obviously, he takes the gets the power, and now these visions are telling him that they're gonna kill him eventually, and he's trying to prevent that. Because that's basically what this story is: is two people who can tell the future trying to prevent the other one from succeeding in what they're trying to do.
right, right. I call Madam Web's power the power of possibility. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what if she was looking at everything that was possibly gonna happen like within like in that moment like that could
Mhm.
possibly happen,
Like he
and then
sees
she
what's
chooses
gonna
which one.
happen, she sees what can happen, and can
What can
adjust it.
happen? Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's why
What
she's the
is
only
supposed
one
to
who can
happen, but because she sees it before it happens, she can change it.
change it. She's the only one who can change the future. You know what I'm
But
saying? So
that also has to be a negative, because just because you can change it doesn't mean you're supposed to change it. Like that's got to be like Barry or like even No Way Home. Like you can't be changing canon events just in
at
coming,
DC,
right?
DC.
No, but that's even in Marvel though, canon events. Like so, yeah, I did mention Barry. You know, I did. But
But that's though it is similar though because it's like okay, what if she like you said, what if she sees a bunch of possibilities, she chooses one, that's the wrong fucking one, the world blows up. You know
or
what I mean?
even
Like
just different things happen like 100 years later that shouldn't happen, and like
that
Thanos now
shouldn't have
runs Earth
happened and
and shit
stuff.
like that because you changed that one moment in time. Like
Nah,
Thanos
facts,
is in
facts. Nah,
control of
yeah.
Earth now. So like, but that's a conversation for a different time though. But yeah, so that was just
But
throwing me off that I felt like his goal was like so in a sense. Like you didn't have to kill these girls. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess you had to kill these girls because you know they're gonna be the ones who kill you. But like, it just felt so empty. Like not scary, not really high stakes or anything like that.
dragged out. It was dragged out. I felt like for that short story, for it to only be an hour, 40 minutes, whatever, the story felt so dragged out because they didn't give you nothing. Let's go back to like when her powers is manifesting, right? When Mike Epps died. Mike Epps died, y'all, right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we didn't
He's
get there yet. We're about to get there.
we didn't get there yet? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm
I was
sorry. Okay.
literally just about to go into that
Oh,
part
you know
because
what?
I
I'm
even
sort of
time
like
stamped it. I even time stamped this shit.
I got it right here too. I'm just sort of like I'm just so whatever with this movie, yo. Like I ain't gonna front like so. Like, but go ahead, bro. Yeah, keep it
So
flowing.
like
Keep it flowing.
at 23 minutes into the movie, we meet Mike
Oh,
Epps.
this nigga wrote down
O'Neal.
the.
O'Neal.
This nigga
AKA
wrote down
O'Neal. AKA Grill Master, Grill Master.
FDMY.
Be honest with you. This character felt like a waste.
Yeah. It was.
When
It
we get
was.
to his death, I'm gonna bring up another point. But
It was. It was a waste. It
so
was.
we meet
He was in there for two
O'Neal. He
seconds.
also works for the FDNY. He works with Ben and Cassie. But we're at a special person's baby shower, actually. Very special person. We're at Mary
That scene was
Parker's.
so
I mean, this was just here.
okay.
This was just here
Mary
to hint
Parker.
at Spider
Okay.
Man, just to hint
Yeah.
at Spider
Right.
Man.
Right. Okay. We get that. Mary Parker. Yeah. And then Yeah, they had a cool point where they was about to say the name and they didn't. I get it.
Yeah, this is just here
But
to be like, yo, we're in the Spider-Man universe. Don't forget. Ooh, like, don't forget. He's eventually gonna be in this universe sometime, somewhere. Don't forget. But that
nigga
was
was
literally what it
4
was here
months in the
for.
womb.
But I felt like it was another. It was just a good scene for like painting who Cassie is as a person. Like, not really anything else. Because I like that they doubled down on the fact and tripled down on the fact that like she is this socially awkward person. She's almost like Daria. Remember that old show?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's almost like that, but like in the Spider-Man universe type thing. So like that was all right for me, and it just ties into her power that like it even makes her look even more awkward on the scene, socially off and shit like that. So that whole scene with the popping of the balloon and then being like, "Didn't we just do this?" That's about all it does. And,
Right,
and then
right.
you go, "Oh, Peter Parker's mom." But for
Yeah.
some reason in this movie, you know what I realized that I
What?
never really thought about before? How him and Aunt May are so close, but Aunt May is like not even his blood relative.
Yeah, no, yeah, because ain't it Ben? That's his
He's the Parker.
he's the Parker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's just married him. But I also found it weird that they had that moment where he's like, "Yeah, I'm dating somebody," and obviously it's Aunt May. Duh. But I felt like there was this weird chemistry between the two of them
Oh, between
and Cassie.
uh Cassie and
Like best friends, like
and
best friends who like there's that chemistry really a little bit, but they're too much of best friends to ever really go for it. Like, what was
well, I
that
think I
about them
think
at the
that's
beginning?
I think that is like you like how you just said. That's just supposed to tie in the future relationship between Madam Web and Spider Man. Like you know what I'm saying, give her more reason to that gives her more reason to want to protect him. You know what I'm saying because she has ties to his family. You know, and now we can now that you say it that way, I can sort of see why she pops up on him when she does. You know what I'm saying? Uh, try to help him out and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because it's basically she like, yo, I know your peoples and shit.
He
I
said the
popped
whole
the
"I had
balloon.
a date" thing. It was almost like he was looking for her to be like, "Oh, really?" like, like almost get like claiming of her territory, and she's dead. So like now it's Aunt May in his life, Boom. like, that's the route we
Yep.
take because that didn't happen. It's Aunt May, not Cassie Webb. Like,
Like, yo, yeah, oh, that'd have been. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I didn't even think about it that way. What if it's supposed to be Cassie and then boom, 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 something else? You know what I mean? That's
like in every
interesting.
universe, she just. Well, I mean, I don't know if she exists. That's the interesting thing because there's only one Madam Web. Does she exist in every universe?
I think she can. That's the thing. That's her power.
No,
She
she can
can
exist.
exist.
No, she can be everywhere all at once. But like, does another Cassie Webb exist in every universe?
Interesting. I don't know. I don't know. There was only one American Chavez. You know what I mean? So there could be only one Cassie with the power she got. Might be. Might be. But then again, you know what I'm saying? She's not flying through different dimensions, so it's a possibility that there is another one of her this being everywhere and every place in her own dimensions.
All right, cool, yeah, yeah. I mean, that's kind of how I was feeling about it. But so to
But let's get back
continue
to Mike Epps
this,
being a waste though.
yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Let's get back to that. So they get a call after Cassie's all awkward after the baby get name guessing shit, and they all have to head out for an emergency fire that just happened. So they're at the scene of this fire and they're clearing space and doing what they got to do. And then Cassie starts getting her visions again, and she's like giving somebody CPR, trying to help them out. And then it flashes to being O'Neill on the ground. She's basically envisioning O'Neill's death. So as this scene keeps going on, she keeps envisioning it, and O'Neill comes to her, says something. He starts heading to go drive away in an ambulance, and she tries to prevent him from doing it, and he just wouldn't not go. So he pulls off, and at 30 minutes, 7 minutes
Senseless
after we
death.
meet this nigga, rest in peace, O'Neal.
Senseless death.
This guy drives out into the road on his way to the next destination, And in the slowest of motions, the truck hits him. Barely even moves the ambulance, but O'Neal dies.
But he did though. He
I
did.
was like, wait, there's no way he died to this incident. Maybe I'm just being insensitive and I don't understand how much impact was behind that hit. But
I think that's what it is. And me too.
did it
You know what
look
I'm saying?
bad to you? Did it look bad to you that car accident?
Not at all. It looked like he was like, I'm coming. Watch out.
I mean, everything was in slow motion, and it wasn't even a
Like
slow motion scene. It just happened slow.
it just happened slow. So I don't, the impact didn't even
I
look
don't even
like.
know if the ambulance was damaged. Like what?
I know one thing. That nigga dead. He
Yeah,
died. You
O'Neal
said 7 minutes.
dead.
That 7 minutes after we met him. Yeah, 7 minutes after he introduced his character, he died. Okay. If that was the character you one of them you said that's gonna be a waste, I agree. I'm interested to see who else you said is gonna be a waste.
But I do like that.
But
This scene kind of points out how much the people around Cassie actually do mean to her, even though she is kind of like standoffish and shit.
and that's what I was saying about the Ben situation and why she would be so keen on protecting Peter. You know what I'm saying? Because she actually does care.
It shows
She
that she
has,
does
and
have
you know what?
emotional attachment to
It,
him,
she
despite being a
shows
dickhead.
that she shows that while being a dickhead to the girls. We didn't get to that yet, but
Yeah, later on. Yep,
just point that out
definitely.
there. Yeah, she shows that. She shows she cares, but she's just a dickhead.
Yep.
That's
And then
just
we flash back to Ezekiel, with his NSA surveillance program, and this is where it gets kind of weird again for me because they start looking for the girls and trying to find out who the girls are, but they pulled the images of the girls from his visions. How did they do that?
She said, I remember her specifically saying, this is a sketch of the, it's like police work, you know what I'm saying? This is a sketch of this from the description you gave. And then he said, well, I've been having them in my head for years. So that was supposed to give us the clue that it's supposed to be so accurate. You know what I mean? He got them so accurately in his head that whatever comes to the computer looks just like them. And that's what it was.
Yo, and then they de-aged this shit, and it was like, yeah, this is them perfectly. Found them.
Perfectly again. Boom. Just from your dreams, Ezekiel. 30 years of dreaming, my nigga. Perfect.
Yeah, man. So it's kind of creepy. Like, we're going after teenagers. Like they won't be teenagers when they kill me. Like, like his logic was like, I get him, but damn.
He ain't give a fuck. That nigga said,
He said
she said,
these
I didn't know.
16-year-olds, whatever they are, can go. Like they gotta
Yo,
go.
he said, I don't care. I don't. They gonna turn into grown ass women that's gonna kill me. I do not care.
Oh
Yo, that
man.
was funny. Yeah, Ezekiel was he was a character, son. His little spider costume was a character. But I ain't like that shit. That shit was all whack.
He said
I
his little
was
spider
like,
character was whack. No, I
I
kind
was
of liked it
like,
because it was like a reverse Spider-Man type thing, like to show that he was the bad guy of the film. Like I get it.
it looked like a poison spider suit, right? Like it was all dark and
Yeah,
dingy. And shit. Like
yeah.
that's why.
It gave off bad guy vibes, and it did that. So
Yeah, it gave off the bad guy vibes. It did. Poison Spider. It did its job, I guess. But I just personally, when I saw it and then I watched it again, I watched it twice. I was like, this shit ain't hitting. It's not hitting. The way he moving and the way he look. I
nah,
said,
we're gonna
nah.
get to the part in the movie where I just like bullshit. What is going on here? Like bullshit. There's like 2 points that come up after this. And I'm just like
Yo,
bullshit.
I know exactly one of those points you talk about, bro. Cause anyway, let's continue with
But
the story, yo.
but yeah, so they give us a quick little moment where like Cassie's like talking to a doctor. This is like kind of pointless, but like the doctor kind of brushing it off because Cassie's like kind of telling him, "I'm seeing visions. I'm seeing things before it happens." The doctor's like, "No, it's just stress. You'll be okay. Like it'll be fine. Da, da, da. Take an Advil. Come back in 2 days." Da, da. But the next scene, I'll let you take it over after this next scene, is when Cassie kind of realizes that she can kind of control what happens after she sees it, because
Yeah,
when she's
this
home
was all right. It wasn't a
and
bad scene.
yeah, I mean, it just rolls her powers, that she's getting control of her power or understanding her powers. So
Right.
she sees the bird hit the window in her apartment, and then she flashes back a little bit and realizes that she's back in the moment again. And she's like, I can't do nothing about it. And she thinks about it for a second. She's like, but like kind of in her head, I guess she's like, but what if I can? So she opens the window, and the bird just flies in instead of hitting the window and dying and stuff like that. And she kind of gets that realization, like, yeah, okay, cool, yes, I can make a difference. And
Right.
once I see the future, and
Yeah,
kind
that
of
was
goes
cool.
from there.
And then that's when she basically she starts to embark on the journey. You know what I'm saying? Let's just figure out what's going on with me and stuff like that. And at the same time, at the same time, Ezekiel is like, he got, like we mentioned, he got the faces of these three little girls from his visions. So now they're on the hunt. They got
Yep.
these girls' faces. They looking for these three teens and stuff. They don't know nothing about Cassie. They don't know nothing about her yet. You know what I mean? So they just looking for the teens. Now they all happen to meet up at Grand Central. Grand Central term. All right, that was Grand Central, right?
Yes.
Right. Cassie is there for one reason. Maddie's there for another. Anya's there for another. Julia's there for another. They all there for different reasons. But the facial recognition is like, oh, boom, there these bitches go. You know what I'm saying? So she hit him up. He go now. He's on the hunt. You know what I'm saying? He goes there. Cassie is now on the train. She's having flashes of this part was so dragged out and so long. I was so upset at it
Barefoot
because
Zeke.
yo, it was just all right. So she's on the train, right? She's sitting there on the train. There's a guy across from her. There's a girl that comes to sit next to her. Two girls in the back. She's having visions, possibilities of each one. My man Zeke comes from the back. He chokes in one possibility. He chokes one of the girls. Well, I think it was Anya, right? I think it was one of the girls and stuff
Probably.
like
I
that.
didn't really take
Yeah,
note of who he was choking. I just knew he was choking them out
he was choking. Yeah,
all
I
over the
know. I know.
place.
Maddie wasn't on the. Maddie was the black girl, so I know her. She wasn't on the train yet. So it was either Anya or Julia that he was choking out. But remember, she's seeing this. It's not happening. It's a possibility happening.
Mm-hmm.
So every time something else happens like that, somebody else says something to her, she flashes back. Honestly, the scene is sort of confusing as fuck. You know what I'm saying? If you really like, it was sort of like just going too crazy. But after all that, she starts bugging out. She's like, "Yo, y'all gotta get up. Y'all gotta get up because this guy is gonna come kill y'all." At this
They're
point,
like,
Maddie's
what
on the
the
train.
fuck?
Yeah, Maddie's on the train now. You know what I'm saying? She got her
Kill
skateboard on the
me?
train with her and stuff like that. She's like, "Yo, y'all gotta run. Y'all gotta run because this nigga's coming." And you know what I'm saying, he's gonna kill y'all. They get off the train. This was just again dragged out scene. So if I sound dragged out, I'm sorry. They get off the train. She has a vision of her being arrested. Boom. She doesn't want it to happen. One of the girls yells out they're being fucking kidnapped because they don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what's going on. They don't know Ezekiel's coming to kill them. They don't know who the fuck Cassie is. She just like, yo, come with me. And shit is going on. So they get back on the train. Now they're back on the train. What, bro? You gonna say something, Nick?
This is the moment when Ezekiel kind of starts beating people up, but he points them out, and she's like, "Does nobody else see this?" And I really
Right,
want to know
right.
why nobody else could see him in the first couple moments. Like, why the fuck did nobody see him?
Cause he was right on the ceiling, right above people, like, and everybody. It was crowded. It was crowded. So I don't know how nobody else didn't see him. It was cops there. It was passengers. It was everybody was there. Only these four saw this fucking big ass grown man spider crawling on the ceiling.
Is he
So
invisible or something? Like, what the fuck? Like,
poison spider. I don't know. Fucking. So yeah, they run back on the train. Now they're back on the train. Fucking. What happens on the train?
they
What
bumped
happens on
into
the
that
train real
first
quick?
guy again. Hey, am I on the right train this time? And it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. It was yeah.
fuck out my
I
face.
think they was
But
again. It was just a
basically
pointless scene.
he
Matter of
runs
fact.
on the train. He's just on the
Yeah.
train. He starts beating people the fuck up. They get off the train.
They get off the
Um,
train again. He starts
then they
snatching up
run down
police.
an escape route or some shit like that. Yeah, because she about to get. Then she almost gets arrested. He starts beating up the cops, and I'm hoping the cops seen him. Well, I'm guessing the cops don't even know what the fuck happened because they ended up blaming Cassie for everything, anyways.
Yeah, she
So
ends ends up stealing like a fucking cop car or something like that, like from the police officers that went down there to get their ass whooped by Poison Spider,
He stole a
because he's
fucking
down there just
taxi.
fucking up cops. Oh, she stole a taxi.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Well, she stole a taxi. I know later on she steals an ambulance, which is one scene I want to get to because I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But anyway, she steals a taxi, and yeah, basically they're getting chased now. They end up in the forest and stuff like that.
Because you can't track him in the forest. Yes, I totally am down with that one. Like, makes a lot
I
of
mean,
sense.
I
2003,
guess
man. They can't do that much. There ain't no
yeah, it's no
cameras in the
cameras
woods,
there.
bro. Like,
Yeah, they end up in the forest. She tells the girls to wait there while I go figure shit out. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they're young
I
girls. They're
need
not
like
gonna wait
three
there.
hours.
That's too long. You know what I'm saying? They don't know. They don't know her. They don't know Poison Spider. They don't know what's going on. They there with the cab, no food in the woods. So
But
they go
they
to
have now at this point clarified that they all have crossed paths before.
right. Yeah, actually, I think it was Julia who verified that that was her
You were at the
mom.
hospital.
Yeah. You're probably right. Yeah, so yeah, they noticed that they all was connected in some way, and I think one of them did mention that it was sort of awkward, but so they're starting to see why they need to stick together a little bit. Clearly they're in danger and stuff like that.
Oh,
But they what
one
happened?
more thing. Um, right when they were on their way here, I think this is kind like not there's not much that goes on in this movie, but these are one of these moments that are important to what the movie is trying to point out. There's the moment when they're driving and she asked them like, "Where can I drop you guys off?" You can see Cassie just wants to get rid of these motherfuckers and go on about her day, like saving these niggas,
Right,
keeping them away from Zeke. Not on her schedule. She just wants to get rid of them, and she finds out that she cannot just drop these kids off.
right.
So now she's kind of like just stuck protecting these kids, but she takes it up. So I want to point that out that she just takes up the responsibility of like holding these kids down for a while.
They basically are orphans. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, one person parent got deported, the other one is sick, other one is just not fucking with them. You know what I mean? So, in a sense, so she becomes like this mom figure almost. You know what I'm saying? By the end of the movie, we see that she definitely does. But how we mentioned earlier, she's just a dickhead to them, dickhead, and but she shows she cares. She cares still. So,
And here
but
we get
yeah.
that little moment where they give us the spider person joke again when she tells him she can see the future, and Maddie throws like
Oh
dodge it. She's like, you can't see the
yeah.
future. Why didn't you dodge?
Right. And she threw the shit at her. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But okay, so yeah, so basically she leaves them in the woods. The kids though, they getting hungry. They like, yo, we gotta go get some. They go wander. They find this little diner in the road. I thought this scene was so stupid. Myself, it was just so pointless. So they're in a diner, and of course, they're
I feel like it's
Ezekiel.
pointless, but
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you'll give yours real quick. So anyway, they in the diner. Ezekiel face recognition, picks them up. Of course, you know what I'm saying. He's on his way now. I mean, the girls end up they're sitting there eating. They see some boys in the corner. They end up dancing on the table. Right? They end up dancing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a nice song coming. They end up dancing on the table. While they doing that, Cassie comes back, sees they're not there. You know what I'm saying? Now she start having flashback possibilities. You know what I mean? So one possibility is she goes there on some regular shit, sees them, like gets like what y'all doing, whatever. Ezekiel come in there, bodies everybody, pills everybody up. I ain't gonna lie, that was sort of like a cool part of the movie. You know what I'm saying? Because he really bodied everybody. He put some poison in the black girl. I think he snapped Cassie's neck. He did. He was doing wild shit. You know what I mean? But that was just a possibility. So once Cassie, oh no, once Cassie got stabbed. When she got stabbed, she came back into herself. So that was one possibility she saw. She's gonna try to prevent it now. If I'm saying so, now she's on her way. So Nick, you want to go ahead because you I already said what I felt and what
actually,
happens.
I think that one was not a possibility. I think that was one of those moments where she actually went and lived it out. Cause remember, she went back to find the girls because she went to her mom. Because this is where Julia right before she left referred to Ezekiel as moving like a spider person. and it triggered her memory that her mom was researching spiders and spider people and shit like that. So she went home to go look into her mom's research, and that's when she finds out that Ezekiel had a connection to her mother. And then she did the whole trying to climb a wall thing, and then went back to the girls, and then she ended up just
Oh, I
following them
forgot
to the
about
diner.
that. She tried to climb the wall and she couldn't do this shit.
Yeah, and then she ended up
That
going
was
back,
a
and the
really
girls were
funny.
gone, and she went to climb, and then she just ended up following them to the diner. So that actually happened, and then that was one of those moments that like she goes back in time after it happens, and then prevents it from happening.
So her power. Oh, okay. So I was under the impression her power gives her the
Sometimes it
possibility
is.
without her knowing. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
sometimes she
So,
does see the future, and then
but
sometimes she like
sometimes she
lives
actually
it and it
lives
goes
it and it
back.
goes back. That's
Yeah,
okay. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
like the
Okay.
that's why I was pointing it out in the that the baby shower scene was important because the balloon thing it actually does happen, and then she
She
yeah.
does go back in time. You're right about that. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So where were we? We were right at the scene once she saves them and all that stuff. So he touches her. You gotta remember that. I noticed it the second time. I didn't notice it the first time that she touches her, but he gets like a piece of her arm, and when like she's driving later at night, because remember she brings them all to the hotel, they chill out, and
Wait,
then she
wait, wait,
leaves in
wait,
the middle
wait.
of the
But
night.
before you get there, though, we gotta we gotta explain to the people what Cassie be doing in these vehicles to this nigga. She hit him with two cars in this movie. Okay,
Yeah, well, we ain't
so
get to the second hit yet.
we gotta explain, cause no, cause before they go to the hotel, she hits him with a car. You skipped it. You gotta remember that that she hits him with a car inside the diner. So after she gets stabbed, she goes back in time. She's like, "Oh, I gotta stop this from happening." She jumps back in the cab. She's racing there now. If I'm saying she's racing there, Poison Spider gets there. In this possibility, he gets there. They're staring at him. You know what I'm saying? Right as he's
Poison
about to
spider.
he's about to kill him. Who comes save the day?
It's crashing
Cassie
in.
drives through the diner in her cab. Boom, hits
The
him.
funny part is because like she literally went through
It
that
was
whole
funny.
scene and getting her ass whooped, and all the girls getting their ass whooped, and then she gets stabbed, and then she just gets a redo.
And then she said, "Nah, we're not doing none of that."
Yeah,
And
I'm
just
going
hit the
back in to
nigga with
get
a
in the
car.
car. Let me go back and get the car this time.
That was funny though.
So like as she's getting in the car and closing the door, he grabs her hand,
Hmm.
and not long enough, but enough to kind of affect her hand. Because later on, after she gets them all to the hotel, she leaves the hotel in the middle of the night. Um, what did she fucking do? Um,
I think that's when she went to her mom's.
oh
Didn't she?
yeah,
I
she
think.
went back. She went back to the diner.
Oh no! She did she go back to the diner? Or did she go back to the fucking forest? I don't know how she got to
No,
that
she
forest
went
so
back
fast
to
from
the
New York.
diner.
Okay, she went back to the diner. Okay.
Yeah, she went back to the diner, and then they had to like mind conversation about where were the girls, and they're gonna kill me, and I gotta kill them before they kill me, and
Right,
stuff like that.
right. Yeah,
But
that
she
was
had showed
weird.
signs
That
of
was
her
weird.
hand bothering her in the car, and I only noticed that on the second watch. So then the morning comes, and she teaches the girls how to have CPR, how to do CPR and shit like that. Um, and then she
To
breaks
slow the
down to
poison, y'all. To slow the poison.
yeah, yeah, and then she breaks down to the girls that there's a connection between Zeke and her mother, and they come to the conclusion that she has to go back to Peru for some reason because they probably have the answers to what's going on here.
Now this timeline,
So
I didn't like. I didn't like this timeline. I didn't know what the hell was going
uh,
on.
I, I don't know how long she was gone. I don't know how long she was
Bro,
gone.
Peru.
But the thing is because she drops the girls off with Ben, and
Right.
Ben is going to Mary's house for however long, and she just leaves to Peru. And like I don't, I think it takes a while to get to Peru. I don't know how long she was in the jungle searching,
From New York
but
City, I think it might take a little bit.
but she eventually comes across the spider dude, who tried to help her mom in the first place.
Yep, yep,
So,
yep. They bring it to the Lazarus pit.
but yeah, he brings her to the pit of life, you know,
Oh
and
shit! Oh, he think a remix thing. I feel that.
um, he basically gives her the whole spiel that like I was there, I tried to protect your mother, I saved her, but we saved you, this that, and the third. Now you're connected to this greater web, like you're always meant to be this, and this that, and the third. And he like, if you trust me, kind of we're doing a trust fall here. Pushes her into the water, and now she gets
Wait,
like this
wait,
big.
wait, wait, wait. He pushes her astral form into the water.
Oh yeah, forgot Doctor Strange
Remember
ass
that?
nigga.
Yeah,
But
remember that.
oh, she gets like this weird jolt and is like getting this whole awakening of being connected to this greater multiversal web, as I call
There we,
it.
we go.
And now she's getting to see flashbacks of what happened and like how her mom died. But after that, she gets to see this moment where her mom gets the news that inside of her, her baby is sick, aka Cassie was gonna be sick coming out the womb with like the really serious disease. And she always just thought her mother hated her, and I don't know why she thought that if she never knew her in the first place.
Yeah, yeah.
but that's what she
She's a
felt about her
dickhead.
mother. That's what she felt about her mother. She just hated her, so that's why she died right away. Yes, but
I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but
but yeah, um, but she sees that and she's like, "Oh, so you didn't hate me." And then she gets this weird moment where she gets to like actually like converse with her mother and hug her and stuff. And I'm wondering if that's just because her mom got bit by the spider, so she had a connection to the web.
like maybe her mom is within the web, right? Like that's what you're
Yes,
saying.
because there'd be no other reason for why she was able to communicate with her mom, right? I feel like there's no other reason for that.
Right. I mean, unless I don't know if her powers is that great, like that ill, where she could go back and just,
Especially because it's like some astral form shit that's going on right now. Like her
yeah,
connection to the web is why she can communicate with somebody else's connection to the web who's dead
it
in
gotta
the
be.
real life.
That would make
So
sense because that's how she connected with the Ezekiel. He
exactly.
was
So
he was he
like
was there within the web.
exactly. So I'm assuming that's what it is. Even though her mom is dead, her presence is within the web because she got bit by the spider.
Makes sense. Makes
So
sense. I
I feel
like
like
that.
that's why that happened right there. Because other than that, I'm
Could
like,
go with
what
that.
the fuck? How the hell is she dealing with her mom in this way here? But
I had no explanation. That's why I'm like I'm hearing yours. I could go.
so then she wakes up and the dude kind of tells her like, yeah, you've always had this connection, and then she kind of goes and tells him like, well, I can't climb walls and do this and the third like the other guy, and he's like, well, you don't got the physical abilities, but your mental game is just phenomenal. Like you're way out of this world. You can do crazy things. You can not only just see the future, but you can also, once you master your powers, be multiple places at once.
Um,
Yeah, you can go ahead and take the
they use
rest.
the they use the they use a little slogan here that I wrote down,
Oh
and I
yes,
was
yes, I
like,
did write that down too. Where is it at? Um,
yeah,
oh,
when
here
you
you go.
say
And
it.
when you take on the responsibility, great power will come. There you go.
And I was like, I was like, did Ben teach them that?
Are you a relative of Ben Parker?
I was like, did they just did Ben study there? Is Ben like did he study with the spider people?
Did you jack they
like
shit, Ben?
like yo, cause they're ancient. Like they have ancient knowledge, and I'm like Ben.
Ben, you're like 30 when they were spitting this. You're not even 30 when they were spitting this shit. You're like a spitting this
Like
shit,
feel
bro.
me? Like he
Actually,
remixed
no,
it
no, I'm
pretty
lying.
well
I'm lying.
too.
I'm lying. Ben was 30. Ben was 30 because she's 30. I
Ben was
forgot. I
like
forgot
30,
to give
yeah.
her
Ben was
birthday.
like 30. But still, he
Yeah, bro.
remixed
Like
it pretty well. Like,
when he
like,
was like
okay.
60, right?
He's
When he
like,
was like
yo,
actually no, 18 years from now. Damn, Ben aged like crazy in like that little bit of time. Think about that.
damn, I know. Cause
Think
then you think
about
about it,
that. That
You
boy
know
Ben was
Fangs,
looking
right?
like. Think about it. Ben's
And
like 30 now, and Peter was just born. And Peter was just born, so
nah,
Peter's gonna be
hold on,
Spider Man
nah,
around like
that's
12, like 13, 14. So
hold on.
14 years from now, and
I'm
14
trying to
years from
think.
now, at 44, Ben be looking. Well, I mean, Tom Holland's May looks young, so maybe that Ben is not so old.
Oh, wow, wow, that's it. Well,
Maybe because all the other Uncle Bens are like old as fucking dirt.
super
They got the
old.
gray ass
Yeah,
hair. They look like
it's
they
like
just
70 something.
retired
Uncle
from their
Ben is
job. Yeah, they
Uncle
done
Ben is.
retired from their job and shit. Like,
I can't. I don't know if I'm gonna say never. I've never seen a young Uncle Ben where they went with a young Uncle. This is like this would be the first if they. But the
this is the
timeline,
youngest
yeah,
Uncle
because
Ben.
wow, that's crazy.
So this
Well,
has to be like
maybe
Tom Holland then, like a universe type thing, something
think
similar
so.
to that. Yeah, because
2003,
Tom
yeah,
Holland
I
had the
guess.
young Aunt May, so it would make the most sense to have a younger
Yeah, and if you bring it
Ben
18
Parker
years in the
in that
future,
timeline. Yeah.
18 years in the future is 2021. So boom.
Yeah, exactly. So but to get back to the movie, at this point, she kind of gets this awakening of her who she can be, and now she's headed back to New York. But at this very moment when she's like arriving back in New York, Mary Parker's water breaks, so everybody piles in the car to go bring them to the hospital. I don't really know why the girls just didn't stay back if it wasn't safe for them to be out and about.
Me neither.
Like why they just
I
not
didn't
stay in
get
the
why they did
house.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, but
like why they
they
couldn't
got
just
in the
stay there.
car. Yeah, they got in the car, and because they got in the car, a road camera caught on to Maddie's face, and then the NSA. That's why I'm saying it was important for me to get that NSA shit because you see what this shit is doing. It caught on to her face like instantly, bro.
All right, my thing
Instantly.
is that's true, but my thing is this, right? I'm gonna bring it back to the timeline. What did Cassie Webb like fly there? Did she like go through the web and make it back to New York? Like, how
Oh,
did she make it back
that's what
just in
that's
time?
what I'm saying. I don't
Like,
know how long she was gone and all this shit. Like, I can't explain that to you.
like I
I
was
don't know.
trying to
That wasn't
understand,
clear.
like,
I never seen her even get to the airport, so I can't explain none of this stuff.
because on the day that Mary had to go have baby and the facial
She just happened to
recognition
be coming
picked them
back.
up,
She just
she
happened to be back.
happens to steal a fucking ambulance. Now she stole the ambulance. I know she stole the ambulance
Yep,
now.
showed up at the house, saw nobody was there, an ambulance pulled up, went to the house next door, she hopped in the ambulance, pulled
Stole
off.
the ambulance and saw the possibility of Ezekiel getting that. It was some wild car crash. You know what I'm saying? Some wild car crash. Boom, boom, boom. She had the vision of Ezekiel getting them. She does something amazing, y'all. Like she drives an ambulance up a
Block wall.
up a yeah. She somehow angles it right to where he's on top of their car. He's about to get them right. He's like, then he
A
has his
bomb
bomb in
on
his
some
hand.
fucking green
Yeah.
goblin shit
Yo,
too.
I was just about to say, yo, for real.
Some
He's
real
about to
poisonous
blow it in
spider
it.
shit. Yeah.
Yo, you feel me? Oh, she angles it so perfectly that when
Oh,
she
he like
goes up
jumps
into
into
the
this shit, bro. His dumb ass like
that
jumped into
that that was
it.
crazy too. She crashes down out the building. Boom. He turns around. He jumps perfectly into the angle of the car. Boom. She smacks him with it. That's the second car she hit this nigga with in this movie,
Yup.
y'all. That shit was crazy. But then the even more amazing part was the ambulance truck did not break. It didn't do nothing. That shit just bounced like a regular 6'4". You know what I'm saying? And then she just whipped that shit like it was nothing. And the bomb blew up. Oh, with Poison Spider over there. And she's like, come, come, come. Everybody just jump in the ambulance, you know what I'm saying? And, she like, Ben, go have little Peter, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, I mean, whatever's happening. And then they
Go get
go
Mary
off
as
to
far away from us as you can. That's the exact line, something like that.
that's the exact line, you know what I'm saying? That happened. They go off in the ambulance. Now here's another chase scene. Poison
It was
Spider
kind of
is
cool though. I'm
chasing.
not gonna lie, the scene was kind of cool. But when they showed it from inside the parking garage and it was a cinder block wall, I'm like, you go through that? like from the outside when she gets through the wall, it's like, oh shit. But it's like right before
Right.
that, like,
And nothing happened to the 6-4 ambulance. Like nothing
Well, I
happened.
mean, for a little bit, because they got down the road. You know, she got to stop, pick them up, tell the girls to get in. She got down the
Yo,
road around the corner under the
she
bridge,
was
and
whipping
then
that
that
shit.
shit broke. Then that shit said, "What I had to do, baby. I did what I had to do." He died,
um,
and then she
this
had a
next
vision.
part was yeah. This next part was basically her vision,
Final fight scene.
setting up the the final fight scene. This
Fight,
was
fight.
okay. Yeah, it was okay as far as her character.
Yeah,
Like
for what her fit
if we're
character could do, and these girls who don't fight at all can do, like, yeah.
they just run the whole movie and do dumb shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
for a
was
bunch
an
of people
okay
who
scene.
don't fight, this was an okay scene for sure.
Like so, they basically it was like on some fucking. They set up a lot of traps. They knew he was coming. You know what I'm saying? They run into this warehouse type situation. Set up mad traps. I believe the fireworks start going. Something like that. Explosions start going. Set these up. Not totally accurate, but when you see it, you'll see it. You know what I mean? And then she perfectly again, through the power of possibility, she times a rocket
A
flamethrower
firework,
that
wasn't it? The
yeah, like
firework.
yeah, it was fireworks. Yeah, she timed it so perfectly, it blasted through the wall. And what I thought was dope about it, this is my first time actually using that word, this whole thing. Like what I thought was dope about it was that was actually her was actually her timing. Like she was killing it, bro. I ain't even going front. This was a pretty cool scene when she was like dodging everything. They're on a
But look at
roof
how fast she
now.
mastered her ability.
Yo, she dipped in the juice. Remember that? She got dipped in the juice.
He said, the faster you
Yeah.
master your ability. And she said, oh, I instantly got this school.
She said, I'm good. I got it. But yeah, it was cool because there was a bunch of stuff. Ezekiel's chasing them. There's a helicopter. They're on the roof. You know, fireworks is blowing up the warehouse above, below them, so things is blowing up. Bunch of
And he had the
debris.
audible. And she had the audible on the fly. Because when she did have the projectile go toward Ezekiel, he knocked it out of the way and then hit the helicopter.
That shit was fire. Yeah, that. See, this little last one with had cool little shots. You know what I mean, I wish they
Yeah,
would
'cause
have.
that was like the whole point. It was a battle of the minds.
Yeah. But even when she picked up the debris and she was blocking it, I thought that was cool. But here's my thing about that. Here's my thing about that. Yes, she's a EMT FDN bride, but I gotta think. You know, in real life, some of that debris was pretty fucking heavy. Those are like cinder blocks off of like, you know what I'm trying to say, like buildings and stuff. She was picking it up pretty light and blocking projectiles coming at her. She has some type of strength. Like she has some type of human. She doesn't have what Ezekiel have, but it gave her. You feel what I'm saying? Like she's probably like a Jessica Jones compared to Luke Cage type shit.
See,
Like
I don't
she's the
remember
Jessica
those
Jones.
exact moments in the movie, but I mean, if those were
Oh
the
no, you
moments,
remember when
yeah.
she was on the roof and she was like blocking? Actually, I thought that was like one of the cool parts of it. So I remember that. She was
I
like,
just know I seen a
time.
bunch of like fake spider moments from the girls, like when they were getting knocked around, like when Maddie got hit,
Chill,
she grabbed the
That was
pole and did the
that was after
spin
Cassie
like
did
a
a good
Spider
job.
Man
Yeah.
moment, but it was like she's in distress. It's like so they were like showing them doing like little Spider Man type things, but in distress.
I thought she was gonna swing around that pole and land on her 2 feet. But nah, she was hurt. She just said she was like,
It made you go, oh, Spider Man moment, but it was like nah.
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, and then even the other girl, she jumped, tried like a punch, e- immediately got smacked down. Like smack. It was done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, that's basically the last scene, y'all. What we're describing, what I described, what he described, all that happened, and
Not the last scene. This is the last like
well, yeah, the
the
last
last action
battle scene,
scene.
battle
Yeah, it's
scene,
the
yeah,
last.
and
Well, I guess action because it's not
it
that
was
much
the
action in
only
this
battle
movie.
scene. I mean, you want to talk about it, a real battle. It was the only real battle scene, but it was cool for what it is. Ezekiel had Cassie on the ropes. You feel what I'm saying? And then all the girls was about to fall to their deaths, like he
And she was,
wanted.
yup.
Yeah, take it now, take it away, cause I'm about to hit
Oh, okay, cool.
that.
And then right then, Cassie taps into her ultra instinct, where she can be
Yo,
everywhere at
chill.
once. Where she can be everywhere at once. and she saves all the girls from falling. She gets out the way whatever Ezekiel's doing, or gets him like knocked off course, and then she lures him into his own demise. She gets on this like walkway. She's walking backwards, and she gives him this nice little speech about you were so worried about these girls, where your real problem was me. And he's
Dun,
back
dun, dun,
walking her
dun.
down. He's walking her down and getting hit by all this debris, and then finally he gets pinned up against the rail, and then all the bridge starts falling, and he falls, and then the P falls on him, and he's done.
And I thought that was the first time I saw it. I was like, how the fuck did he die? You know what I'm saying?
This
'Cause I'm like, this
dude
guy who
was
got
worried
hit
about
by
these
two
girls.
trucks. No, this is a nigga that got hit by two vehicles, two moving vehicles in this movie. I said, how the hell did he die from that Lord dropping that sign? But then the second time I seen it, he hit his head. They had blood rushing from his head.
Yeah, but this nigga
So
was
I
so
said,
worried
okay.
about these girls in the future that he lost to them without powers
Now here's an
before they
important
had
part.
powers.
Here's an important part. Ezekiel's dead. All the debris is falling. Cassie falls into the water. Now, you know what I'm saying? The river. The stuff is falling down. Some of the stuff is on fire.
Fireworks are still going off.
Fireworks are still going off. One directly hits her in her eye. Now, I thought that was. I would have rather. Let me just say this. I would have rather Poison Spider do that. You know what I mean? I would have rather him be responsible for that. For the reason why she's blind and have, you know what I'm saying? Like, they
Like
could
he
have.
touched her like here or something like that.
Yeah, like, I don't know why they. How did they miss that? How did they miss that? I don't understand why he didn't like grab her in her
I
eyes.
don't
Like,
know how they missed that because honestly, the second time, because the first time around, I didn't really catch that moment when she went blind. I just knew that something in that fight caused it, and this time around, I caught that and I was like, I get it, but why not? Because I was looking for him to do it the whole movie. Like
right? I'm
once we
like,
got to the end, once we got to the end of the movie, my second time watching, I'm like, I'm looking for him to put his hand on her face, and that's why she's blind.
and yeah, so
And
she
it's
didn't go
not.
blind. She didn't go blind from the fight with Poison Spider. I mean, it was a result, but it was, it was a direct hit from a firework, and I'm just like, they went too corny with it. They didn't do it justice. But I admit though, it was cool. Okay, so now after all that happened, she gets rescued and stuff. One of the girls rescue her, whatever. Fast forward,
Junior.
everybody's yeah.
They do the
Fast forward,
CPR on
everybody's
her.
like,
They do the
oh
CPR. Don't
yeah.
forget that.
They all take turns. Yeah, that was important. They all take turns doing the CPR. She taught her, and she taught them specifically when one gets tired, the other take over, and they was doing it in perfect formation. And they saved her life.
Oh,
So that was cool. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. And she told them she ain't going nowhere. So basically, that's why I said, earlier, she becomes like a mother figure. Her eyes, and oh yeah, her eyes are white. That's how you know she's blind too. When she wakes up after the CPR, her eyes are white. She's now the blind Madam Web that from the comics that we know. But I thought it was cool because after that the movie just sort of slow. Everybody just talking. We could go
Peter
more
is
into the deep.
born,
Yeah, we just
but
go
they
into we
don't.
go into my
They still
detail.
don't formally announce him as Peter. They just let you know that the baby's born.
Right. And the girls still have no hints of getting spider powers, but we know they're going to get spider powers. But I just thought it was cool when they was asking Madam Web about the future at the end, and she showed them again, costume and everything. That
They
was
showed her vision of what was the future.
right, and I like I like how she looked as Madam Web, like with the glasses
Got
and
you, yeah.
everything. I ain't gonna front. I was like, that was like the one happy moment in the movie for me. I was like, okay, like like I had to suffer through all that just for that little satisfaction right there, like that 2 seconds of satisfaction.
Yeah, they finally gave us the Madam Web that's blind with
Because
the
that's the
goggles
movie
and
I
shit.
wanted to see. I wanted to see Madam Web. Even if she didn't look like that, I
And
wanted to
now I
see
don't
her.
want to see the movie of her looking like that.
Yeah.
Now I
They
don't.
better not. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take my 5 seconds of happiness at the end.
Yeah.
Um,
Sony,
you
don't
know,
do no more.
yeah, it'd be
Sony, don't do
interesting,
no
man.
more Spider-Man shit. Just leave it to Marvel. Let them have it all.
Yeah, you know what? I think yeah, let them take over the Venom too. Let them take over Venom. I think Sony did an okay job with Venom, but I think Marvel should take over. Saying, if they put Madam Web in like this universe, Spider Man, I'm gonna be honest. To see her for those 5 seconds, how she better not come back as Cassie ever again. I want to see her as Madam Web. You know what I'm saying? And I want her talking like that spooky ass Madam Web we had in Spider Man.
Cryptic Riddley.
Yes, like I want her like seasoned as Madam Web. Like I don't want to see no more adventures of her like what she has to go through. I want her seasoned and helping Spider Man. That's what if we see
Well, I
this Madam
mean,
Web
Peter
again.
Parker would only be 20 years later. She wouldn't. Hopefully, she wouldn't be that much older.
Well, she'll be 50,
Be
so I mean,
50.
hopefully I don't know, bro. Who knows how they age after that spider shit, bro? Like, I don't know,
Ezekiel
man.
was looking almost the same after 30 years.
Yeah, in his visions though, he did get older. He
Yeah,
had the
but that's
gray.
because they were older and he was much older. Think
Right,
about it. That's
right,
like 40, 50 years later for him and shit like that.
right. Yeah. I mean,
So,
so yeah, we'll see
moderately.
what
He
they do with
aged
the.
moderately.
I'm gonna go ahead and give my rating, man. It is. Excuse me, y'all. I get this like a 2.8. I had that in my head. 2.8 during the thing. It didn't do
Damn.
nothing for me, y'all. And like I just said, I ain't gotta spend too much time on this. I just said that the whole movie for me was a drag. Yes, it had its parts. Of course, every movie does. You know what I'm saying? Every movie has its parts, but it was a drag overall. And for me, the only satisfaction that came from this movie was the last 5 seconds where they showed them in the vision. And that was it. I was that was it for me. You know what I'm saying? It's really low. I can't see them. I don't want them to do a part two. You know what I'm saying? I can't see where they would go with this, where the action would get better, like how they all of a sudden would just be great. You know what I'm saying? With a Madam Web, and like Neek said, like Sony, just give it to Marvel. If you're going to continue Madam Web, give it to Marvel. Let those writers do what they do. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's it. 2 point. What I said? 2.8. Yeah, 2.8. Madam
I
Web.
think the only two things that are decent about this is like who they picked to be who they picked, like who they played, and the story is mid at best. That's about the only two compliments that I can kind of give this. Um,
Right.
so, like I said, the actors did their jobs. The story wasn't good per se, but it was tolerable to like be like, okay, cool. That's what the story of Madam Web's origin story was. But everything else was kind of just bland and boring, honestly. So this is getting. I'm not giving it a 2.8. I feel like that's abysmally low. Like that's literally like the movie. like
Listen, man. Listen, I felt like Echo had was a little better than that.
yeah,
It
you
was
gave
four
Echo
five.
what? Oh yeah, you gave that like a
I gave
five.
Echo like yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because Echo was just come on, from the action, how it looked. If you want to compare it to Madam Web, like the
Had
story,
even less.
come on,
Five.
you know,
This is getting a five. This had even less. I'm giving it a 4.8
you
right
give
now.
it a five, you give it a high. I ain't gonna front five.
A
I
five is
usually
right in the middle, and because it's like it's watchable.
it
It's
is
watchable.
watchable.
Like
If I
I feel
was,
like this is one of those movies that like if you're flicking through a channel and like you randomly stop on like TNT and this happens to be playing, you might not turn it off.
oh yeah,
Like
nah, yeah,
so
yeah,
like
yeah.
a
It's
five. Because the
definitely cable
4.8 is not
watchable.
watchable, but the five is like, yeah, that's that random ass movie that I'll watch for
Man,
like 10 minutes and maybe change the channel, might keep it on. But
I
that's
mean,
about it.
even for me, like the 2.8 is definitely. I would say it's watchable, but it's just like it's a drag, like those scenes, that train scene, bro, was such a drag, bro. Like, why did they had it like 10 minutes of them back and forth on the train running back and forth, back and
Nah, I
forth, back.
fuck
That
with
was
it,
come
but
on.
that's how Mo feel. He said the 2.8.
Man, yo, it was crazy. And then what was another drag scene?
Oh, we
Damn,
didn't even talk about who didn't need to be there.
what?
Uh, who ain't need to be there. Ben Parker, I felt like could
Oh,
have been any other character. Like you could have named that nigga anything in the fucking world and excluded the whole Peter Parker hinting shit that they never formally say. You could
would
have
have said it would
excluded
have been the same
all of
movie.
that. Yeah,
Would
yeah.
have been
You
the
could have
same
kept
movie.
all of that out of there. Like it did not need to be
Yeah.
Ben Parker. It did not need to be Mary Parker somewhere.
No, right,
O'Neill
right,
did not need to happen. Like that felt like a waste of having the Michael Epps in the movie. Like
right.
7 minutes
Yeah.
and he died to the stupidest shit ever. Like not like he died later on, like to like Ezekiel actually doing something, but like he died mad early, just to
And like you
show
said,
that
even
she has
Ben's role
emotions.
was like could have named him Ramon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He could have been anybody, bro. He could have been just a Ken. He could have been Ken.
Like you feel me? Like yeah, I feel you 100% on that. Yeah, 100% on that. Like yeah,
Yeah.
that whole part of it was like
Um, and another negative for it is Ezekiel is like the coolest thing about the movie probably, and he's kind of lame.
he's ass.
Like, but he's like the most action you're seeing in the movie. So like, but he's kind of lame.
Yeah, no, he's the one providing the action, but the action is ass, and he's ass, and like the suit was like poison spider. Like I felt like they could have did a better job. You know what I'm saying? Like just with the movements, with the I don't know, with just the action, like everything. You know what it was really? Her manifestation was so dry that like it was really no space for him to fight. Like if they would have went head to head, he would have whooped her ass. So it would have been a movie of her just get her ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? So they had to make a movie of just them running, and then him almost getting her, and missing, and then her getting away for a few, learning some shit, and then it happening again. Because that's exactly what happened. Like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like it happened like 3 times, and then the movie's over. Like as she's manifesting. So yeah, man. Like they
Yeah.
tried Poison Spider. I mean, but even with all that, I'm gonna do what you did. Shout out to the actors because again, for me, like I gave it a 2.8 overall, but it is I admit it is a watchable story because of the actors. They did do a good job on the shit. Like Ezekiel was a cool ass character, you know what I mean? But he just didn't have enough to, you know what I'm saying? The story wasn't enough to give him anything. Like
I don't know, man. I wouldn't know. Say he was cool. I would say him in the spider suit was cool, but that was it.
I mean,
Um,
I wish they would have gave him more substance, like why he was doing it,
yeah,
like
the
why
why
he,
just didn't feel enough. Like there was
yeah.
enough behind it for me.
He's like, nobody gonna get my spider. It's like, bitch, calm down, my nigga.
I
Like,
get it. You got to kill him before they kill him.
I get it too. I get that
Oh
aspect,
yeah,
but
but the we also forgot to mention when she went to the pit of life. He explained that because he stole the spider, he was cursed, and this is why he's going through what he's going through. But I was like, that's weak. That's weak. Get me out of here.
yeah. Oh, was that the reasoning they gave us? That was the
Yeah,
reasoning right there. No,
yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean. It was sort of dry, man. Like that's we're not going for that. We're not going for that. So that's why you got the 2.8 from Black. Cause we're not going for that. Wildin'. He wildin'. He gonna give us that
they,
dry ass reason
they
because
got
he
a five
stole
for
the
me.
spider. But why did he steal the spider? Where did he learn about the spider from? Where the fuck did anybody learn about these spider niggas from? If Peter Parker's spider was like engineered,
Yeah, because he said something about at the beginning that did anybody feel bad or sad or sorry when it was his family. I don't know what they don't explain exactly what happened to his family. I feel like nothing. So
when
they
they was
don't give
bit
us
by
any.
spiders or something,
Yeah,
like
they don't
fuck.
give us any real connection to his driving motive to why he's what he's trying to do other than what is he trying to keep himself alive for?
Like I don't. Did he build an empire or something? Like was
That's
that what
all
his
they
end goal
kind of say is my empire. You will not destroy my legacy. And it's like, what is it? What are you keeping? What are you keeping alive? Like, so like, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
yeah,
And like we
yeah.
said, like you said, there was rewrites and all that stuff, and they just didn't rewrite properly. Apparently, there was another movie. Maybe that movie was better. It just wasn't like really something that they felt that they could sell, and this was more sellable
I
too.
don't know. I
I
don't
don't know.
know. 'Cause, like, I mean, yeah, bro. I don't know, man. I'm really interested, honestly, to see the
No
first
suits.
version.
No suits other than Poison Spider. The whole movie.
Like, and then the three little flashbacks, the two little flashbacks. That was
Yeah,
like the
you see like
best.
two or three flash forwards or
Yeah.
flashbacks, whatever you want to call them.
Like when you see them with the, you said flash, yeah, facts. When you see them, like that's dope. And she got the white and black one.
It's probably
The other one
literally
with this,
like 45 to 60 seconds throughout the whole movie that you see that.
right. See the six arm spider, like, and they look like they got some cool abilities too. Like I would have really liked to see more of that. I didn't appreciate them making them teens either. I didn't like that.
That
I
was
didn't
fine
like
for
that.
me, but like,
I
cause,
mean, I understand it for
remember
the story.
he's finding them way before they like are doing whatever they do to
Yeah,
him.
nah, I get it. That's how they set up the story. You feel me? They set up the story to he's going to get killed in the future by the older them. But I just felt like, as a fan, you just wanted more. Like maybe they could have went to go fight in the future. That would have been
It's like
dope.
basically
If
if they went after Peter Parker when he was in like elementary school.
yo, I don't want to see that movie. I don't want to see that movie. Like I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that shit, bro. Like come on, man. Wildin'. See, it would have been dope if she would have somehow used her powers to, I don't know, possibly go fight in the future with them. That would have been fire. You know what I'm saying? If we'd have had a little bit more of that, that'd have been dope. See, I'd have liked that.
But she had to
Somehow.
prevent them from dying in the present to even
So
get to the future.
now they don't even fight the nigga in the future. So it's like, what action do we got now? That one don't even come true.
You know what they gotta do if they ever do bring this back up, and she like pops up in a Spider-Man movie, he's got to be alive, or in the universe that Spider-Man is in, he's alive in that universe,
Who, Ezekiel?
some shit like that. Yeah,
Yeah, and he got to be better. Like he got to be like really be like Poison Spider. Like he got to be some crazy Poison
not
Spider.
getting
Like
beat by some mind games.
yeah, like by some three girls who don't got no powers yet. Like, come on, this shit was crazy, bro.
It's
Like,
almost like if somebody asked you to explain how he got beat, it's like you're stumped. Like, you're stumped. Like
how did the poison spider die? Like, yo, come on, man.
some stuff fell on him.
Like, yeah, you can't even describe that battle.
He
Like,
got baited into a bad position, and
that nigga is not getting into Valhalla. Like, at all. Like, he's not getting into Valhalla like that, bro. Like, he's like,
excommunicado
bro,
from the spider tree.
like they gonna be
Spider
like,
Man
nah.
99 was like, nah, no more. You can't be here anymore.
Not you. Not you.
Embarrassment. You brought shame upon the spiders. You keep
Yo.
your suit. You don't
Yeah.
even want that suit. You can keep that shit, honestly. You'll find yourself a home on some random universe that doesn't even know
Nigga
about
said
you.
keep the suit. Yo,
Go
he's
find yourself a
stupid.
home on a universe. We'll let you go to a random universe. We don't care.
Like, word, pick one. Pick. Like, every yo.
Spend the universe decks, just pick a random one.
Like, yo, because he was, like, yeah, he went outside, man. He went outside. Yo, bro, yeah, I don't know. But Madam Web, yeah, that was, it it wasn't what I expected. I remember seeing a trailer a couple months ago, and or like maybe the teaser trailer, whatever that was, and I was really excited. And yeah, no, they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball crazy. And I can't
Yeah,
even remember if the
I was
teaser
very
trailer.
excited about this movie. And
Perhaps the teaser trailer had scenes from the original, right? You know what I'm saying?
I'm
That
pretty
that
sure. Pretty sure.
made me excited. So yeah, I know I damn sure didn't see Mike Epps in the teaser trailer, nothing like that. I don't know what's going on. That was a rewrite. 7 minutes they threw that
I don't
nigga in they
even want to talk
wallet.
about Mike Epps and how he died no more, man. Come on, man. That was
Shout
bad.
out Mike Epps though. So he a legend. He a legend. Shout out Mike. They just did his character Grammy though.
O'Neal.
Yeah, that's all I got for That's all I got for Madam Web, brother. What else you got? You got anything to talk about, man? Yeah, man. Listen,
We
Madam
talked
Web,
a
we
lot
use.
for something that we ain't like, though. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
know, I know.
But
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
like I
yeah.
said, there was like stuff going on in the movie, but it was all like
It's watchable.
it
It's
was all like
watchable.
filler.
If you haven't watched, it was a big ass filler. If you haven't watched it, and I don't know what it's a filler for, but
There was no post credit scene either. Like
none. It was just it's just done, and that's good. That's good. Don't give me nothing else. I'm good. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm going home after that.
they're like, we don't know if they're gonna like this, so like,
And that's cool. But yeah,
Sony,
y'all.
Sony, y'all doing Craven the Hunter soon? Y'all don't need to do nothing else after that. Y'all don't
You
need to
know
do nothing
what?
else.
I'm
Give
very
me y'all.
excited for that. Very
Ah, we
excited
was
for that.
excited for this too. That's what I'm saying.
I'm hoping Craven the Hunter don't drop that. Should be a good. The trailers that I did see, that was. I hope they don't change it up. And if they do, make it better, Sony. Make it better.